Hey, what's up, y'all? So, Dr. Umar Johnson. I found out about Dr. Umar Johnson about 5 years ago, and it was all centered around the fact that he was somebody out here that was asking for donations for schools and this, that, and the other, and everybody else was saying, well, where them schools at? So he kind of became somebody to me that was like, oh, you're just another one of these people out here, scamming folks. Your message in regards to black folk and all this other jargon isn't really centered around taking any chances or actually trying to do anything that could, quote unquote, revolutionize our community. And I did not hear from him for quite some time. The next time I heard about Dr. Umar Johnson was on The Art of Dialogue. And it was an interview that came up on my YouTube feed. So I clicked on it, and I was very, very intrigued. I was very interested because of the things that he was saying. The way he was saying it is right up my alley when it comes to the brutality of how you're saying something, the harsh reality of it, and the truth, and how it could rub some people wrong and things of that nature. So The Art of Dialogue, the first interview that I saw was about him asking about Sean Puffy Combs. And The Art of Dialogue, Dr. Umar Johnson responded saying, here in the black community, we have a problem with domestic violence, okay? And see, this is what I enjoy, because back when I used to listen to a channel called Chronicles of Judah, before he completely left YouTube, because of the censorship, and he left YouTube, 5, 6 years ago, for you people who actually know who I'm talking about, Chronicles of Judah, 114. He used to bring a lot of that information to the table, which I consider information that a lot of parents don't even know. A lot of fathers don't know this stuff. A lot of grandfathers and grandmothers, they do not know this stuff. And it is the separation of races and the fact that black people are what Dr. Umar Johnson would call the father of the earth, And so what he was asking him was, what do you think about what Sean Puffy Combs did? And he went in and explaining, like, we don't even police ourselves in our own community. It takes things like a video to come out, and you got to see that type of abuse, to the point where black people don't even do this in their, people in your own life that hit on their woman, and things of that nature, and you don't go to the police. You've seen a lot of things happen in your life, and you don't go to the police when your grandfather's beating your grandmother, and so on and so forth. You don't go to the police. So why does Sean Puffy Combs have to be punished the way he's being punished? And he posed the question of, do we really want to stop domestic violence, or do we just get excited to see a powerful black man finally fall? See, this is why they play on y'all. This is why in the NBA and in sports period, they tell you it's entertainment, because people like to see people fall. Everybody wants to see the collapse of Michael Jordan, the collapse of Michael Jackson, the collapse of Tom Brady, the collapse of all these people, because people kind of grow old with the same old, especially if you're a winner. And I know that got a lot to do with Floyd Mayweather. People hate Floyd Mayweather. People want to see Floyd Mayweather get knocked out and all these other things, because they don't like to see someone continuously win and then win the way they want to win. That drives the masses crazy. So, I really appreciate what he said, because it made a lot of sense. That I believe that we just want to see somebody fall. We just want to get drenched in the yuckiness and the grossness of everything going on in society, but we don't really want to solve no problems. We just want to, look at these situations as just something to entertain us in our lives. You know, with all the fake, what they call it, the fake, what they call it, the fake outrage. So that's what I believe that to be. Now, he also asked him about, you know, and then he brought up when he said, Cassie, you know, why didn't Cassie go to the police? Why are you settling? Why are you settling this court case? Why don't you go to the police? You know, and these are just basic questions that people with common sense know. Like, bro, when you are a part of that lifestyle, like Cassie and them, you don't mind taking an ass whooping every now and again if that means that you're gonna be somebody that is talked about, somebody that's idolized, somebody who wants to be in your position but they're not. Yeah, you don't mind taking a butt whooping every now and again. And so I don't feel anything for Cassie, because all of this stuff could have been settled years ago the minute that dude raised his voice. Hey man, don't you ever raise your voice, or I'm gonna go to the police. So he asked him also about Dwayne Wade and his son Zaya Wade, which I think it's pretty well known now that he is a transitioning, he's transitioning from a boy to a girl. He wants to be a girl. And the way Dr. Umar pleaded, and that's what he said, I'm pleading with you, Dwayne, as a black man, as Dr. Umar Johnson, please, brother, do not have your son castrate himself. He was telling them, man, the studies that I've seen that talk about this stuff, normally, when they become of age, where they know right from wrong, or an adult, they regret it. And it causes them to commit suicide in a lot of cases, you know, because they regret what they did. So, well, get your head out the way, fool. I'm trying to give you some shade. Okay, whatever. When you get smart enough, you can know to crawl under there. So yeah, I completely agree with him, you know, and I felt what he said in my heart when he said, please don't do that. You know, they asked him, well, do you think it's Gabriel Union steering him in this direction? And I personally believe, you know, and it was something when he said, Dwayne Wade, do you not understand the dehumanization of that's being plagued on not only the masses, but particularly black people? You know, having our brothers out here being real feminine, having our sisters out here trying to be more manly than them. Are you aware of this, Dwayne Wade? Or are you aware of it and not just, you know, you don't think that this is going to impact other people? So, you know, when he started going off, he started calling Shannon Sharp and all these different guys in the mainstream media Snow Bunny, Shannon Sharp, Snow Bunny, Stephen A. Smith, and all these people, because they date white women. They prefer white women. And I kind of have mixed views about that, because in today's society, these other races outside of black women are more submissive. They're not going to put up a fight, and they're not going to try to have a bigger swinging dick than a man. You know, they're more likely to take a back seat and say, okay, I'm going to let him just do what he do as a man. If he fail, he fail. But I got to do my job as a woman, at least trust this nigga to go to work, trust him to make the right decisions and all these different things so that we can have a productive relationship. But then on the flip side, I do understand that our race is our seed is very important. And as, you know, this all came to make sense to me just based off of the daily comings and goings of black people, how influential we are in dance and film, just regular old talk. You know, it's races that love to use the word nigga or try to talk like we do, But when they go around their other family members, they don't talk like this. They don't go to their family reunion if you white and be like, man, nigga, chill. You don't do that. You put on your best behavior. You know, at least we could say we can go to our family reunion and don't have to stop doing something. You know, if you somebody who sag your britches and you go to your family reunion, more than likely you gonna continue to sag your britches even though your family members like, boy, pull your pants up. It ain't like, it's not like we go to our family reunion with a sombrero and somebody like, boy, take that shit off. You know what I'm saying? We're very influential. And so I understand that sports, athleticism, sex, all that different stuff. I get it. So when you got people saying, when Dr. Umar said, hey man, we're not supposed to be mixing our seed like that, man. You gotta have some discipline around here. And I think that topic came up because Young Jeezy was dating an Asian woman, married to an Asian woman. And I knew about that. And when they divorced, man, he's like, why would you give another race the opportunity to take what you've worked so hard to obtain? It's very, very few and in between that just kind of let the relationship go. They're gonna want something out of you. Especially if you have money and show yourself to be a man that you walk your own path. They gonna say, oh, you're not about to walk through life acting like that and you just broke my heart or you just did this, that, and the third to me. You're gonna have to pay for that either through the court system or something. And so I agree with Dr. Umar 110,000% with race mixing. I told my little brother, I'm proud of you, man, for finding you a sister. You know, I'm really proud of you. I actually have to say that. The way we were raised, we wasn't raised to date any particular race. Our parents let us do what we want. But when you become an adult and you start realizing all the different problems that my brother may go through something, and if he was dating anybody else, they would not understand the problem in its entirety. Not to say we need to be with people that's going to complain and bitch, moan, and groan about racial problems, but there's a deep connection there. There's a deep connection there when you're dating your own kind and you start going through problems as a man or a woman and you just know the other person inherently understands you. So, yeah. And so when he asked him, you know, please, Dwayne Wade, I'm begging you, bro, don't let your son make this decision. I felt that. Because that's how I feel a lot of times in my life when I talk to the people I talk to that are homosexuals. Especially one of my good buddies here, Steven, who is HIV positive. You know, I'm like, damn, man, another brother that fell victim to this lifestyle, that he'd be a better person if he didn't choose this life. I know he'd be a better person. It would take a lot of mental anguish and stress off of you. Where, you know, whatever. So, I do get the genocide that goes on within the black community, using several tactics, you know, abortions and child support, alimony, all these different things. I'm aware of it. It'll kill you. It'll kill you. So I think the last one that I watched with Dr. Umar Johnson, can't remember off the top of my head. What did he say? Just a wonderful interview. I think I watched, it was a 3-section part, 3 or 4 section. I think I've already watched 4 of them. I forgot the other one that he said, but that was basically it. When I was watching the videos, I was like, yeah, man, you know, this is somebody you could get behind when it comes to if you want to be a part of anything pro-black, because he's not a violent person. That's as primitive as black men need to be when it comes to this race thing. We got to be careful out here. But anyway, like I said, it's not going to change anything. When I make these videos, I am under the impression that what I'm saying, and it's not going to change anything. People are too far gone. If this message was put out in the 70s, 80s, 90s, it might have been a chance. But you trying to put out anything positive or constructive criticism or try to give people ancestral wisdom, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. we will continue, if not completely, phase out black women and start dating outside our race exclusively. So it's just, it's sad to see. Dr. Umar Johnson, shout out to you, brother. I do look forward to finding more videos and watching them and talking more about you. So y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Go watch that interview. It's called The Art of Dialogue. I'm pretty sure y'all haven't heard of it. The Art of Dialogue. If you want that real, raw, and intense verbal ass whooping about black man, what are you doing? He'll give it to you. I'm out.